Sitting up nice and tall. Please close your eyes. Slowly begin to exhale your breath all the way out. Breathe in deeply through your nostrils, please. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Stretch your arms up and over your head, please. Bring your hands to your heart, side out, let it go. And with your eyes closed, your hands at your heart, let's just take a few rounds of breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Start to amplify the sound of the breath so that sounds as though, excuse me, a loud whisper or a low growl is coming from the back of the throat and filling up the space around you. This is the breath we'll use throughout our practice. So should your mind start to drift or wander, should you need something to focus on to keep you really connected and present, use this breath, or Ujjayi breath. Setting the intention for our practice today. There are sort of five acts that the universe is constantly going through at all times. And three of them really relate to our yoga practice. I mean, they all do, but we're going to focus on three. So first, the five acts are creation, and then we have sort of management, or once something's created, we sustain it. Then we have, I don't know, destruction, or the taking apart of something, the letting go of something. From there, we have concealment, and then we have revelation. And revelation is sort of this ultimate act of remembering what we're capable of and what we've experienced and how it relates to our growing nature. In our yoga practice today, we're going to focus on these first three, which is creation, sustainment, and letting go or destruction. And in this process, we'll experience every pose through the lens of these three acts, so that each pose isn't just about being in the pose, but how we get into the pose, how we hold the pose, and how we come out of the pose will be equally as important as part of our journey into and beyond ourselves. All right, so think about, even right here now, how we arrive in this space, how we hold the space, and how we'll leave the space. Always from a micro to a macro scale, there's always a way to observe these three acts, or five acts even, in place. Because once you leave the space, you might even forget your practice. And then later on, let's say an hour or even 2 days from now, you remember, it's revealed to you again through some other action. There's always these 3 to 5 acts happening at one time, but Let's keep it simple today and just focus on the 3. Hands together at your heart, please. Exhale your breath all the way out. Inhale for Om. Blink your eyes open. Come forward to your hands and knees. Thank you so much for joining in today. Let's start moving. Oh, hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. Hi, Greta. Hi, Lisa, Berchin, Michelle, Elise. I think that's Junko. Hi, Anna. Let's spread the fingers wide, hands under shoulders, please. Walk your knees in a little bit closer. We'll take these next few exercises. These next few movements are designed to get our hands more open, that kind of stretch the hands and strengthen the hands. So really important as we're about to hold weight on our hands that we prepare the hands for that weight. You lift up your palms, keep the knuckles down, lower the palms down. Let's do that again. Palms lift, and then palms lower. Palms lift and lower, lift and lower. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the palms. Now we're going to come up to our fingertips. So the same thing, lift up to your fingertips and lower the palms. Lift up to your fingertips and lower the palms. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay up on your fingertips. 1. Bring your chin to your chest, please. Cat pose your spine. Round into your back. Press to your fingertips. Inhale, cow pose. Spin your inner thighs back. Broaden your hips and lift your chest up. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, cat pose. Chin to chest. Tuck your tailbone. Inhale, cow pose. Broaden your hips. Lift your chest. One more time. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Back to a nice flat back position, please. Turn your palms face up and point your fingers in towards each other. Wiggle your fingers, roll out your thumbs, and rock it out side to side. Just a few easy rocks. The more you push through your hands and the further you go to each side, the deeper of a stretch you're gonna get. So you wanna keep it mild, just make a smaller movement. If you wanna really open up the wrists and forearms, take it all the way out. Ooh, this feels really good. Turn your palms face down, please. Point your fingers back towards your thighs. Shift your weight forward. Cat pose your spine, round into your back. Shift your weight back. Cow pose your spine. Press your hips to your heels. And we'll just keep going. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Rock it forward. Inhale, cow pose, rock it back. Let's do one more. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Sit all the way back onto the tops of your feet. Walk your hands back alongside your knees. Feel free to lift up one knee at a time or both knees at the same time. Lean back and knees might come up. Maybe you come up to your toes. Ooh, that feels intense, but it feels really good. If it hurts your knee, you've gone too far. If it hurts your toes, you've gone too far. Should be working on the stretch, top of the ankle, the front of the shin. It's called the anterior tibialis. And it's a really nice muscle for helping us with our balance, which is a lot of things we're going to be working on today. Lower your knees back down to the ground. Walk your hands forward. Come onto your hands and knees. Please reach your left arm out to your left. Spread your left arm underneath you and land on the back of your left shoulder. Drop the left side of your head down to the ground. And walk your right fingertips forward to the top of the mat. Roll the right shoulder back, roll the right rib cage back. See if you can engage your lower body a little bit more. Tone your thighs. Spin your thighs back to broaden your hips. Move your hips a little bit over to the left and draw your navel in. See if that gives you a little more room to twist the upper body to keep the lower body anchored. Bring your right hand back down, right in front of your face. Push down through your right hand and sweep your left arm up to the sky, please. Right hand down, left arm up. Step your left foot back into a supported side plank pose. Big stretch over your head with your left fingertips. Lean back, look up. Long through your left side body, breathe in. And exhale, look down at the top of the mat. Step your left foot all the way forward to the top of the mat, please. You could place your left hand down inside of your left ankle. Look forward and lunge, dropping your hips nice and low. Pull your heart forward. We'll keep the back knee down for now. Straighten your left leg, flex your toes. Push your hips back towards your right heel. Flex your thigh muscle, flex your toes, push your hips back. Very good. Rock forward and lunge, nice and easy. Lift your chest, pull your heart forward. Shift back and straighten the left leg. Flex your toes, pull your hips back. Inhale, rock forward and lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the ground, straight legs, exhale. Press your hands, drop your gaze. Hold this one for a breath. Legs really active from your hips. Press up through your feet, please. Start to push through your hands a lot. Sweep your left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Left leg reaches up and back. Rock forward, bring your left knee to your left shoulder nice and high. Squeeze your thigh up to your ribs. Rock forward, lean into your hands. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Left knee, left shoulder, rock forward, tap the arm. Inhale, send it up and back. One more time, left knee, left shoulder, rock forward, hold it here. Stay in your plank pose, re-extend your left leg out, hover the left leg, lift your left leg up, come onto your right fingertips if you can. And if you want to bring your right knee down for support, please do. Otherwise, reach your right arm forward for a little bit of balance for 3. Lift your left leg, squeeze your glutes, 2. Good, Harrison. And 1, nice, Meredith. Please drop your right forearm down to the ground. Lower your left foot down. Lift your right leg up. Stay here, or lift your left arm up, reach it forward. And it's gonna be a little bit of work. It's gonna require some effort. You're gonna get stronger for 3, 2, and 1. Bring both forearms down. Forearm plank, we'll hold it here, legs active, glutes engaged. Nice, breathe for 3. Really good job, everybody. 2, and 1. Lower your hips down. Pull the bottom of your heart forward. Stretch across the front of the abdomen. And lower your chest down, exhale. Walk your hands back. Press up onto your hands and knees. Let's go right into the other side. Reach your right arm out to the right, please. Thread your right arm underneath you and come to land on the back of your right shoulder, the right side of your head. Walk your left fingertips forward. Stretch to your right hand. Roll your left shoulder back. Draw your navel in. Move your hips a little bit out to the right and twist. 3. Bring your left hand back down in front of the face, please. Push down through your left hand, sweep your right arm up to the sky, and step your right foot back. Come into a supported side plank pose. Big breath in, press to your right foot, reach to your fingertips, look up. Step your right foot all the way forward to the top of the mat. Place both hands down. Look forward and lunge. Drop your hips, lift your chest, pull forward into your heart. Straight legs, exhale. Flex your toes, move your hips back. Very nice. 2 more times. Inhale, rock forward and lunge. Deep lunge. Pull forward into your chest. Exhale, straight legs. Move your hips back. Flex your toes, flex your thighs. 1 more time. Big lunge. Inhale, rock forward. Pull your heart forward. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Exhale, straight legs. Move your hips back. Hold and breathe. Tone your thighs. Left thigh back, right hip back. Press through your hands. Sweep your right leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. We'll take the right knee to the right shoulder. Please rock forward. Tap the arm. Lift your thigh into your ribs, then send it up and back, 3-legged dog. Once again, right knee, right shoulder. Rock forward. Tap the arm. Inhale, send it up and back. Here we go. Right knee, right shoulder. This time, hold it here, please. Lift your thigh to your ribs. Press to your hands. Stay in plank pose as you re-extend your right leg out. You should really feel your glute active. Lift your right leg up. Stay here or lower your left knee down. Come onto your left fingertips. Maybe reach your left hand forward for 3. You got it, friends. 2. Very good. 1. Lower your left forearm down. Lower your right foot down. Lift your left leg up. Stay or reach your right arm forward. Very good. 3. Stay with it. 2. Nice, Michelle. 1. Both forearms come down. Forearm plank. Hold it here. Hug your forearms in. Push down through your forearms a lot. This time you're going to walk your feet in. Dolphin pose. Lift your hips up. Press your chest back towards your thighs, please. Look back at your toes. Just keep pressing down into your forearms and hugging them in. Chest to thighs, breathe for 3. Nice big stretch for your shoulders here, 2. Lift up to your toes. 1, bend your knees, look forward. You're gonna push off of your toes. Both elbows will lift at the same time. Come forward, plank pose. Elbows lift up. Nice, Taylor. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Cobra pose. Inhale, pull forward into your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Nice job, my friends. Take a breath here. Take a couple of breaths here. In through your nose and out through your nose, please. In through your nose, out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky. Step your left foot just forward of your right foot. Bring your left heel just in front of your right big toe. Again, lift your right leg up and right foot steps just forward of your left foot. Right heel just in front of the left big toe. We'll keep that going until you get to the top. Left leg lifts up. Step each step just forward of your right foot. Right leg lifts up. Step just forward of your left foot. Left leg lifts up. Step between your hands. Right leg lifts up. Step next to your left foot. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen into your spine. Inner thighs spin back, broaden your hips. Stretch your heart forward and fold. Exhale, keep the length in the spine as best you can. Inhale, rise to standing, please. Reach your arms up, big stretch up to the sky. Grab a hold of your left wrist or forearm. Side bend over to your right. See if you can keep your low back from holding too much pressure. So tone your thighs, draw your navel in, squeeze your glutes a little bit. Move your left hip to the left, stretch out to the right. Let's take the other side. Inhale, come back up. Grab a hold of your right wrist. Lift up and over to your left side. Same thing. Legs active, glutes engaged, belly in. Right hip to the right, reach through your fingertips. Oh, feels really good. Come back up, please. Cactus your arms, draw your shoulder blades down your back. Lift up into your chest. Really open your heart here. Chair pose. Reach the arms up, bend your knees. Hug your shins in. Spin your thighs down. Get nice and low. Bring your hips to the height of your knees if you can, please. That's it. Very good. Exhale, forward fold, nose to knees. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. You have a couple of choices here. You might step back to plank pose, which is nice, or you can hop back to chaturanga. Plant your hands, lean forward, step or hop back, plank or chaturanga. Remember, if you hop back, you want to land with elbows bent, already in your push-up position. Ready, and go. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take one more of those walking splits. Right leg lifts up to the sky. Step your right foot just forward of your left foot, please. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps just forward of the right foot. Keep it going. Right leg lifts up. Right foot steps forward of the left foot. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps forward of the right foot. One more. Right leg lifts up. Right foot steps between the hands. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps next to right foot. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Cactus the arms, exhale, take your elbows wide. Lift up into your heart. Chair pose, inhale, reach your arms up, hips back, bend your knees, get low. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lift up, halfway lengthen. Plant your hands, step or hop back. If you're hopping back, landing with bent elbows, chaturanga. Good, Zach. Nice, Taylor. Nice, Thea. Inhale, cobra pose or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Inhale, lift up to your toes, please. Bend your knees, look forward, lightly step or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift up, halfway lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, nose to knees. Rise up, reach your arms to the sky, please. Big stretch up to your fingertips. Hands to your heart, exhale. Starting to work our shoulders a little bit more. You're gonna take your arms up, turn your palms forward. So let me step back here. Place your right hand in your left palm. A right hand in your left palm, palms facing forward. Now take your arms up and back a little bit so that they're alongside or even behind your ears. Keep that as your chair pose. Hug your shins in, spin your thighs down. Press your right hand back into your left hand. Draw your belly in and then go again. Shins in, thighs down, sit low. One more breath, press your arms back, working our overhead shoulder mobility. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, sweep the arms back. Interlace the fingers behind your back, please. Palms are squeezing together. Knuckles stretch up and over your head. Lift your shoulders away from your ears, and again, lift your knuckles up and over your head. If you can see your kneecaps, flex your quads and watch your kneecaps lift. Spin your thighs back, broaden your hips. Push down through your feet, stretch through your chest. One last breath, you fold deeper. Nice big shoulder stretch. Place the hands on your low back, please. Lower the hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway. Plant the hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Same thing, if you're jumping back, land with bent elbows. Okay. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Bring your knee into your chest, step between your hands. Spin your right heel down, rise up, warrior one. Just pause for a moment here. Talking about our theme again. We create the pose. We establish a really solid foundation here. Our feet are pressing down. We've more or less created the outer shape of a warrior one. We sustain the pose with knowledge and action. So please tone your thighs, squeeze your heels energetically together, draw your thighs up towards your hips. Without losing that, press from your hips out through your legs to deepen your lunge and stretch up through your heart. Very good. Once we've held the pose, we've sustained it. Now we let it go. Slowly release the hands down to the ground. Step back, chaturanga. Lower. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. We want to extend it out. Let's just for one time talk about the other 5. Right now that warrior one is concealed, but we can remember it. We can reveal it as we move into the second side. Use our knowledge from the first side to help create the second side. Right leg lifts, right knee into your chest, step forward. Spin your left heel down. We create the pose, warrior one. There's that first act of the universe that we also take part in, creation. Sustain the pose with action, with knowledge. Tone your thighs. Draw your heels energetically together. Draw thighs to hips. Don't lose any of that. From your hips, start to push out through your feet to deepen your lunge. Lift up into your heart. Reach back to your fingertips. Release the hands down. We let it go. Take chaturanga, step back. Very nice. So we have creation, sustainment, and dissolution. Downward dog. Let's take it again. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Left knee into your chest, step between your hands. Spin your right heel down, rise up, warrior one. Let's create a little bit more, sustain a little bit differently. Interlace your hands behind your back. Slide your knuckles down, lift into your chest. So just as important as getting into the pose and coming out of the pose is being in the pose. What we do here, what we think, how we feel, will help shift and shape our experience. All right, open your heart, stay open to grace, press to your feet, lunge in and fold. Lead with your heart as you fold in. So keep letting your shoulder, or keep lifting your shoulders up. Don't let them round forward. Stretch to your heart, reach the crown of your head towards the ground, just for a breath. Release the hands down, step it back, chaturanga. Nice job, everybody. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale, right leg lifts up to the sky. Right knee into your chest, step between your hands. Spin your left heel down, rise up, warrior one. Same action in the legs. Tone your thighs, drop eyes to hips. Interlace the hands opposite clasp behind your back. Stretch your knuckles back, keep your heart open, remain open to grace to continue to refine the pose. Exhale, lunge in and fold. Even as you fold in, keep stretching back to your knuckles, keep your shoulders lifted, press to your feet, keep your legs active. Maybe you work the crown of your head to or towards the ground. Release the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths. Nice job. In through your nose and out through your nose. Please breathe. Lower your knees to the ground. We're going to take puppy dog pose. Walk your hands out in front of you. Keep your hips up over your knees. Maybe your forehead comes down. Maybe your chin comes down. Without forcing it, maybe your chest comes down. You want to keep your hips up over your knees as best you can. Press through your hands, draw your front ribs in. Stretch through your chest, press your thighs back. Hold and breathe. Good, Burchin. Extend your arms up more. Press through your hands. Yeah. Look forward towards your thumbs, please. Rock forward onto your forearms. Come into Sphinx pose. Press down into your forearms. Pull forward into your chest. Stretch back to your toes. Press your feet firmly down. Pull your heart forward. Roll your shoulders back. We'll hold for 3 breaths. Good. Elizabeth, bring your elbows forward a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. Now lift your chest up to ground more. Very nice. One last breath. And lower down, exhale. Since we're here, let's take one more stretch for our shoulders. Reach your right arm out to the right, please. Walk your right fingertips out to the right side. Step your left foot to the ground behind you for a nice big shoulder stretch. I love the shoulder stretch. If you want to make this a little bit deeper, you can reach back with your left hand to grab your left foot. Totally optional. Try to let your head rest on the ground so your neck is relaxed. Unclench your jaw. Remember to breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. If you have the foot in your hand, roll your left shoulder back, kick the foot into your hand, really peel open for, let's just take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Slowly unwind, come back onto your stomach, and take your left arm out to the left. Roll over to your left side. Step your right foot to the ground behind you. Option to reach back with your right hand and grab a hold of your foot. Make sure you're rolling your right shoulder back, then kicking the foot into the hand. Hold and breathe. Unclench your jaw. Remember to breathe through your nostrils if you can. Slowly unwind. Come back to your stomach, please. Place your hands next to your chest. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Lift your hips up and back. In through your nose, out through your nose. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky, please. Stack your left hip over your right hip. Option to lower your right forearm down towards the ground, or to the ground, sorry. So maybe you're on your right forearm and elbow are down, and your left hip is stacked up and over your right hip. Press your chest to your thighs. One more breath here. Maybe you start to re-extend your left leg. Big breath in. Exhale as your left knee comes into your chest. Pick up your right elbow and step your left foot all the way forward between your hands. Nice, everyone. Lower your right knee down to the ground, please. Take both arms up, Anjaneyasana, kneeling lunge. Big stretch up and out through your fingertips. Now, before we go too deeply here, we want to make sure we're not forcing our hips down and creating a lot of compression in our low back. Here's what we're going to do. Tone your thighs. Squeeze your shins in towards the midline. So you're squeezing your thighs like in towards each other, towards the middle of the mat. Okay, don't lose that action. Scissor your thighs together, draw thighs to hips. You've got this really strong sense of rooting in, right? Now hold that and stretch from the center of your hips, press up through your feet without letting go of that drawing in sensation, so that we're not just dropping into the low back, but stretching actively through the legs. Reach up and back with your fingertips. Place both hands down on the ground. Lean forward, lift your right leg up, please. Right leg lifts up, nice and high. Walk your hands forward. Okay, now walk both of your hands over to the left side of the mat. Walk your right hand a little further forward and stack your right hip over your left hip this time. Bend your right knee, squeeze your heel to your bum, pull your toes to the back of the head, take your right thigh back, look up underneath your right armpit if you can. Hold and breathe. You should feel a big stretch through your right side body. It's challenging your balance and making your left hamstring stretch as well. There's a lot of really fun elements to this shape. Big step back with your right foot. Come up to warrior two. Right arm goes up, left arm reaches forward. Warrior two. Nice, everyone. Tone your thighs. Squeeze heels together. Sustain the pose with action. Draw thighs to hips. Hold it. As we sustain the pose, if we sustain the pose, we won't let it dissolve. And we want to hold on to it for a little bit longer. Wrap your right arm behind your back. Drop your left hand down your back. If you can, clasp your hands so that you're pulling your elbows apart. Side bend towards the back wall. Draw your belly in, draw your ribs in. Left elbow pulls back. Make sure you're not back bending here. Turn your body to face the right edge of your mat. Really side bend it out. Very good. Release the arms. Take your left hand down. Stay in that deep lunge. Side angle pose. I know you're feeling it about now. Reach forward to your right fingertips, please. Press your right thigh back. Wrap your left hip under. Reach your right arm forward as if you're shaking someone's hand. Big stretch. Turn to the right side, Skandasana. Right knee bending, left leg extending. Heels down, thighs wide. Hips back. You got it. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. So good, everyone. Stay nice and low as you come forward. Side plank to the right side. Right hand coming down. Left arm going up. Turn to your right side. Side plank pose. And if you want to make this into a wild thing, you're of course welcome to step your left foot back. Reach to your fingertips. Squeeze into the right glute. Press to your right hand a lot. We'll hold and breathe just for a few breaths. Left fingertips reach towards the ground over your head. Come back around to plank pose, please. Place both hands down. and lower, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Stack your right hip over your left hip, and as you lift the right hip up and over, drop your left forearm to the ground if you can. Press your chest to your thighs, lift your right leg up, nice and high. Re-extend your right leg, big breath and reach your toes to the ceiling. Right knee to right shoulder or near your chest. Pick up your left elbow, step your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down, take your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Try not to sit at the very edge of your range of motion. Tone your thighs, hug your shins to the midline, draw your thighs to your hips. So this muscular energy is helping us to sustain freedom in our low back. It's helping us to sustain the strength of the pose, the energy of drawing in, even as we expand. Press out from your hips, down into your feet, lift up into your chest, reach back, heart to the sky. Oh, that feels really good. Both hands come forward and down. Lift your left leg up. Walk your hands over to the left. Stack your left hip over your right hip. Press through your right foot. Press your right thigh back. Wrap your right hip under. Lift your left hip over. Reach through your left fingertips. Get long through your left side body for 3. Squeeze your heel to your bum towards the back of your head, 2. And 1. Big step back with your left foot. Come on up, warrior 2. Legs are active. Flex quads. Squeeze heels together. Draw thighs to hips. Breathe. Right arm goes up and drops down your back. Left hand reaches up towards the right hand. So, sorry I didn't say this on the first side, but if you don't quite have this connection, maybe you instead use your left hand to grab your right elbow. You can side bend here. Tone your thighs, squeeze heels together, draw thighs to hips, navel in, deepen lunge, lean back. Stay in your lunge, open the arms up, side angle pose, right hand coming down, left arm reaching forward. Breathe into it. Legs stay strong. Good, Taylor, deepen lunge a little bit more. Press your left thigh back. Wrap your right hip under. Stretch to your left fingertips. Turn to your left side, Skandasana. Right leg extends. Left knee bends, heels down, thighs wide. Stretch out through your legs, lift into your chest. Nice, everybody. Good, Meredith. Good, Anna. Come forward, please. Side plank pose. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. Step your right foot to meet your left foot. Stay here, or keep taking that right foot back. Wild thing. Press to your feet. Lift to your hips. Engage into that left glute as your left hip flexor extends. Really reach out to your right fingertips. Nice, Greta, 2. And 1, come back around plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale, take your hips up and back. Breathe. In through your nose and out through your nose. Let's lower both forearms down to the ground at the same time. Sorry, I'm gonna say that differently. Walk your hands forward to the top of the mat. Walk your hands forward until your fingertips are all the way at the top edge of the mat. Hands come forward, fingertips at the top edge of the mat. Walk your feet back a little bit more, maybe 1 or 2 steps. Woo, feet are sliding. All right, from here, now we're gonna lower both forearms down to the ground really slowly. Elbows come down, hold it. Tuck your tailbone, draw your belly in. Hey, there we go, good. Press to your hands, lift both elbows back up. Oh. Okay, let's do that same thing again. Hug your forearms in. Lower both forearms slowly down to the ground at the same time they touch. Tailbone is tucked. Legs and glutes are active. And one press back up. Both elbows lift at the same time. This is the last time. Hug your forearms in. Lower both forearms down. Both elbows touch. Hold it here. Belly in. Tuck your tailbone. Make your legs active. For 3. Should be a really long 2. Then press to your hands. 1. Lift the elbows up. Very nice job, friends. Walk your feet forward all the way to the top of the mat. Take your feet as wide as the mat, heels in, toes out. Bend your knees, come down and squat, please. Reach your arms out in front of you. Spread your fingers wide, and open and close your hands a few times. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your butt to the ground. A little bit of core work. Lift your legs up, boat pose. Lower back about halfway down. Lift your legs back up. Place your feet on the ground. Lift your hips up, boat chair pose. Ooh, yes. 2 more. Lower your butt to the ground. Lift your feet up, boat pose. Lower back halfway, Ardha Navasana. Pick it back up, toes to the sky. Place your feet down, lift your butt up, chair pose. Squeeze your thighs together. Very good. 1 more time, butt down. So this is practice with pelvic tilt and core engagement. Boat pose, lower down, Ardha Navasana. Lift your legs up. It's really helpful for inversion practice. Place your feet down, lift your butt up, chair pose. Place your hands down, crow pose. Spread your fingers wide. Bring your knees to the backs of your arms. Lean forward, rock forward. Hold it. Maybe the feet are on the ground. Maybe 1 foot is lifted. Maybe both feet come up for 3. Good. 2. Squeeze your heels to your bum. 1. Take it back, chaturanga. We'll meet in down dog, cobra pose. Downward facing dog. All right, friends, 1 more time through our little flow. We're gonna do it a little bit quicker. Lower both forearms down to the ground, dolphin pose. Lift your left leg up to the sky, please. Bring your left knee into your chest. Lift both elbows up. Step your left foot between your hands. Nice job. Lower your right knee down. Sweep the arms up. Bring your palms together. Bring your thumbs to the back of your neck. Scissor your thighs together. Lift the pelvic floor, draw your belly in. Press to your feet, reach back to your fingertips, heart to the sky. Both hands come down, lift your right leg up, please. Rock your right hand over to the left, stack your right hip over your left hip. Look underneath your right armpit. Stack your right hip, wrap your left hip back. Big step back with your right foot. Warrior 2, rise up. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up, stretch back. Exhale, side angle pose, left hand down, right arm reaches forward. Turn to your right side, skandasana. Right knee bends and left leg extends. Come forward, side plank pose, right hand coming down, left arm to the sky. Step your left foot back, wild thing. Press to your feet, reach to your fingertips. Come all the way back through to plank pose. And lower down, chaturanga. Very nice, good. Cobra pose, inhale. Shoulders back, downward dog. Exhale, lower both forearms down. If you can, dolphin pose. Last time, lift your right leg to the sky. As your right knee comes into your chest, lift both elbows up, step between your hands. Good, Birchin. Lower your left knee down, take the arms up. Bring your palms together, thumbs to the back of your neck. Scissor your thighs, draw your belly in. Good, Taylor, lift the front of your hips a little bit more. Yeah, deepen your lunge, stretch to your legs, reach back to your fingertips. Both hands come forward and down, lift your left leg up. Stack your left hip over your right hip. Walk your left fingertips out. Get really long in your left side body. Good, Meredith. Nice here. Send step your left foot back. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up, stretch back. Exhale, side angle pose. Right hand down. Left arm reaches forward. Turn to your left side. Skandasana. Left knee bending, right leg extending. Nice, everyone. Come forward, side plank pose. Left hand down. Right arm lifted. Step your right foot back. Wild thing. Left glute engaged. Reach to your right fingertips. Lift through your hips. Fingertips might graze the earth. Come back around, plank pose. So good, friends. Lower. Last time, vinyasa, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Good, Anna, shoulders back even more. Downward facing dog, exhale. All right. Excellent job, everybody. Please lower your knees down to the ground. Friends, awesome job. We're working on getting into our forearm balance right now. So if you've never done a forearm balance before, it's actually really fun kind of pose. Pincha mayurasana, it's called feathered peacock, so it's got a really pretty name. And it's okay if you haven't done it before, because it's okay if you don't go all the way there. Remember, there are 3 parts to the pose. It's not just sustaining the shape. You want to work on getting into it and getting out of it, just as important as being in the pose. So we're going to actually work it kind of backwards, going from getting out of it first, because that can feel a little bit tricky sometimes. Watch. So let's say you're up in your forearm balance. It's actually a pretty tricky pose to get out of too. Let's say you're up in your forearm balance and you feel like you're gonna topple over like too far back. You wanna make sure you twist your body to the side. Right? So the way that works is, if you've ever done a cartwheel before in your life, it's the same action. You're twisting at your hips to turn over to the side. That'll keep you from the feeling of falling over, right? Here's what we're gonna do right now. So when we were in this sort of shape, right, when we were doing this thing, that was sort of to help us with that action. So here's what I want us all to do right now. In a second, you're gonna come into your dolphin pose. Walk 1 foot in, lift one leg up. And then all you're gonna do is sort of turn to the side and come out of the pose. Okay, let's try it together, one time each side. Forearms down, lift your right leg up. And then just sort of twist to the right, lower your right leg down. Good, let's do the other side. Left leg lifts up. And then we'll do the same thing, just sort of twist your hips over to the left, and left foot comes down. So it's very similar to that, only both legs will do it at the same time. It's actually easier when both legs are up. You don't have to fight against doing the splits. And that's how you get out of the pose. You add that little twist and fall to the side. Kind of only really feel it if you do it, but just know that you have that knowledge within you now, and all you need is to apply that knowledge to action. Let's work on sustaining the pose this time. So now we're going from getting out of it to, one more step actually. When we're up in our forearm balance, and when you want to come down, it's a slow, controlled landing. You'll lower one leg down. Even if you're just hopping, it's not a slam down or a switch of the legs. One leg goes up, this leg stays straight, and then this leg softly lands. Almost resisting the landing a little bit, engaging your core, helping you practice with being up. Now, we can work on getting into the pose and holding the pose. If you're comfortable doing it where you are, stay where you are. If you want to move over to a wall, that's okay, as long as you feel comfortable and safe there, or wherever you are. Let's practice. We'll do this for about a minute or two, just having some fun. The goal here is to just be free, to have fun, to remember the acts of creation and yeah, see what lives within you already and rises to the surface. Here we go, a little bit of playtime. Both forearms down. As you kick up into the pose, okay, the goal is to keep everything active. Push through your forearms, hug your forearms in. As your leg swings up, you'll tone your thighs and squeeze the midline. Okay, lift, lift, and then at the top, squeeze it in. One thing you can work on if you're building your confidence here, holding the upside down variation, is just to kick one leg up and tap your foot with the other foot. Lift your left leg up, tap your left foot with your right foot, come right back down. Left leg lifts, right foot taps, land softly. Left leg lifts, right foot taps, land softly. It's a really good way to practice just getting weight under your forearms. If you have questions, it's a good time to ask. Just a reminder, your head is off the ground here, so you're really pushing down into your forearms, and you're looking at the space between your forearms. Looking down at the ground will keep you grounded. Good, Lisa, walk your feet in a little bit more even, and push your chest to your thighs more. Nice, Shanti. Really good, control. Good, Harrison. Good, Taylor. Trust yourself. You got that. Good, Ryan. All you can do is practice. Good, Burchin. Look at the ground between your forearms, Burchin. There you go. Now try it. You got it, Thea. There you go. Zach, reach your arm out in front of her like a wall. Just like that. Now watch your face. Make a fist with that left hand and just make it really solid. Let her kick up to the hand. You got it, Thea. Yeah. Big kick. Good, Anna. Y'all, these look really good, Harrison. Yes, hold that. Squeeze your thighs. Nice. All right, we're finishing up our last round of being awesome, whatever it is you're doing. Nice, Burchin. Way to go. Good. Taylor, that's really strong. Right now, what's happening is it's pretty common. It's kind of just watch my low back. If you can tell, it's just like, right? I'm pushing my chest back too far so that I'm not letting my hips come over my shoulders and balance. So you want to, instead of pushing your chest back, your ribs out, kind of hold the belly in more and play around with just floating it without pressing your chest back, without bending into your low back. Then think about going up more than over, if that makes any sense. Okay. Ribs in so that you're not bending in your low back as much. That's a pretty good direction for Harrison as well, Burchin, so that you're not just kicking over, gotta go up, right? Feels like I just need to get here. You're actually trying to like kick up towards the ceiling, and that keeps you straight up and down.
Where do I need to get, where am I at to get my second leg up? I feel like I'm feeling a moment of balance, but I'm not sticking with it or something. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's a really great question. Here is where that second leg comes in, okay? So right now, I think she's talking about kind of just being here.
Yeah.
You feel that little float sensation. This is where that drill comes in. You come up and you just tap for now.
Oh, okay.
Until you find a little bit more time. Ooh, look at that. You know, a little bit more time each time you do it. And over time, you'll find, good Anna, you'll find that balance point. Really good job, my friends. Let's come back into, we're gonna come to, look at the time. Let's come into our backs, because I really wanna make sure that we do a back bend here. Come onto your backs. Nice work, friends. This is something that takes lots of practice. I wish this is like one of the moments I really wish I was there, because there's a few things I know I can see in person and help with that would really shine lights. But if you haven't done this recently or before, it's something you have to do often and regularly to really feel it in your body until it becomes really familiar to you. So I encourage you, in your spare time, after you've done a yoga practice or you've done a workout at home, see if you can entertain a dolphin pose, maybe a dolphin pose with some hops, maybe add a little kick up if you feel safe and comfortable doing it. Okay, let's come up into bridge pose, arms by your side, hips up. If you want to stay in bridge pose, please do. The reason why I wanted to do a back bend is because we get really nice and ready for back bends with dolphin pose, with pincha mayurasana. So if you want to come up to your Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward bow, go ahead and press yourself up now. Hands alongside your shoulders. Otherwise, staying in bridge pose. It's a great feeling pose as well. Shins in, thighs down. Good, Zach. Don't let your knees go as wide, Zach, for 3. Thighs in, shins in, 2. And 1. If you're up in wheel pose or upward bow, come down to bridge pose. Keep your hips up. And just lower down to bridge pose. If you're in bridge pose, stay there, or if you need to come down, come down. We're going to do one more back bend in a second. Shins in, thighs down. Make sure your knees aren't going wider than your hips. You'll be able to feel it because it's going to feel like a little pinching on the outer part of your hip. Your outer hips are lifting up and not going wide. Okay, hands alongside your ears. One more time. Inhale, press it up. Upward bow. Press through your feet. Shoulders over wrists. Hug your forearms in. Hug your shins in. Good, Michelle. Shins in even more. Thighs down even more. 3. And 2. And nice, Anna. 1. Slowly lower yourself down, please. So good, friends. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. We'll take the knees over to the left and look out over your right shoulder. Knees to the left. Look out over the right shoulder. Couple of breaths here. Listen carefully. Take your right hand over to your left hand. Roll over to your left. Come up onto both hands. Legs stay exactly how they are. Walk your hands over to your left. Come down onto your forearms. So all I did was stay in that same leg shape, but come up to seated. And now I'm bringing my left and right forearm down over my left hip. Hi, Anne. Good to see you. Tone your thighs, please. Pull your chest to your thumbs a little bit. If you want a little bit more of a twist, you can take your right arm out to the right. Just wrap it underneath your left arm and come down onto your right shoulder. Slowly come back up. Very good. We're going to come all the way down, back onto our backs now. All right, lowering back onto your back. Open your right arm out to the right. Take your knees over to the right side. Look over your left shoulder. You're lying on your back. Your knees are to the right. You're looking over your left shoulder. Take your left arm over to the right hand. And you start to roll up to seated on your right hip. Walk your hands towards your right, towards the top of your mat, or the back of your mat, wherever. So you're facing away from your feet. Good, Ryan. Come down onto your forearms and a little bit of a twist action. If you want to thread your left arm under your right arm, you can. Slowly come back up. I'm gonna come up to seated this time. Bring your feet together and your knees apart, please. Inhale, sit up tall. Hold in, exhale, Baddha Konasana. Press your thighs apart, stretch your chest to your toes. Just a few breaths. Come up, stretch your legs apart. Bring your left hand to your right thigh, reach your right arm up to the sky. Side bend over to your left, please. Reach out to your right fingertips. Maybe you grab your foot. If you want to support your head with your left hand, you can. Let's come up and switch sides. Take your right hand to your left thigh. Take your left arm up. Side bend over to your right. Left hand to right thigh. Slowly coming up. Last stretch, slide your hands straight out in front of you. Stretch out through your legs, stretch out through your fingertips. Hold for 3 breaths. Slowly come back up. Bring your feet together. Arms up and fold in. Just for that breath, slowly roll it up. Come down onto your back, bring your knees into your chest, grab your feet, happy baby. Last stretch together, rock it out. Hug your knees into your chest, curl up, bring your nose to your knees. Shavasana, lie back and relax. Whew, that feels good. Let everything go. We created our practice, we sustained it through applying action and knowledge. Now we start to dissolve the practice. By nature, our yoga practice and meditation practice, this tantric philosophy, is somewhat destructive. We let go of obstacles and limitations. We let go of false ideas and kleshas and samskaras or patterns. So we're letting go and breaking apart all these things that stand before our true self, our liberation. In this practice, what did you dissolve? What did you let go of? Start to see past what it was that you let go of or dissolved. What was being concealed and what is now revealed. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch out your arms and your legs. Big breath in. Slide out, let it go. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze and rock it up to seated. Nice job, my friends. Sit up tall, hands together at your heart. Hopefully what is revealed is your strength, your confidence, your perseverance, your dedication and commitment to self. Whatever else is revealed, your beauty, your perfection, your freedom. Let that revelation guide you and stay with you until it needs to be revealed again. Hands to your heart, let it go, exhale. Inhale for Om. Lighten me honors, lighten you. Thank you for practice. Thank you so much, everyone. Great job today. I really appreciate y'all tuning in, practicing with me. Questions, comments, requests, or feedback, please reach me on any of my social media channels, Stephen Arcos Yoga, or email me, stephen@stephenarcosyoga.com. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Anything you need to share. In fact, send me an email just to say hi. I'd love to be able to contact you if I need to. Venmo is also Stephen Arcos Yoga. If you have the ability to give, I greatly appreciate it. So thank you so much, friends. Have a wonderful night. Stick around, say hello, chat for a little bit if you can. I'd appreciate saying hi to you.